So, the duck says...
Ducks can't talk.
Well, no, it's a joke.
Nothing funny about auditory hallucinations.
No, it's not.
I'm with Gainsborough. I knew a warlock who started listening to voices.
That... really? What happened to him?
Oh, he painted the shed and repointed the western wall. It was during my patron phase. Don't you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Opposite situation now.
Yes. Thankfully, Cornerstone, Tom Bones, Iron Guide and Matt haven't called on their patronage for the completion of menial tasks.
Probably reckon the YouTube's menial enough.
Yes. Anyway, I have an episode to make.
Later. So, the duck turns to the goose and he says, well, this is
Why is the duck English?
Ah!
Kutam Melunodi Zuamid. Welcome to Mirrorgleam, and we're getting straight into it as we celebrate the marriage of Einod and Domas. Almost 8 years since they ran away to the mountains with plans of laying low, and here they are now, making a commitment to one another. And, I'd like to think, making a commitment to Mirrorgleam. No small make-do fort this. Not now with wedding bells and hopefully soon, babies. And from our first wedding to our first strange mood. New subscribers, click the rounded rectangle-shaped button with the word subscribe in it to have this sentence pertain to you. New subscribers may not have experienced the wondrous creations the dwarves of the Dimension of Destiny manifest when under the influence. That's my influence, by the way. All dwarves are under the more mundane influence at all times. So we'll leave Mr. Moistenhelms, steady now, to it. And he's created Ator Akir, the perfection of rewards, a magnetite mechanisms. It's worth 11,000 Fathcal, which, considering it's made from iron ore and fungi wood, is a pretty good figure. Saigon's left the thing to Mirrorgleam, so we'll find somewhere to stick it anyway. Oh, and to any squirrels trying to translate, no, not 11,000 sack smiles. Moving on, I thought it a fun idea to watch Domas go about his day now he's freshly wedded. Yes, here he is, liver damaged with the marital bliss. Despite being the only milkman to settle down, Domas has pretty consistently been the most miserable dwarf at Mirrorgleam. So, expecting little things like finding the love of his life, spending all day either training, which he enjoys, or cooking, which he loves, and having constant access to a wide array of alcohol, expecting these things to make him happy is frankly insane. I tell you what probably isn't helping. It's a little feature I've noted before on this channel. Something I won't quite call a bug, where dwarves will obsessively transfer weapons and armor from stockpiles to barracks, weapon racks and armor stands, and vice versa. It's the little things like this that make the game just inaccessible enough to make it worth you lot's time to watch me bumble through, rather than learning the quirks yourself. Incidentally, few Dwarf Fortress creators are equal to Crumpet Sounds if you're looking for consistency. That's what matters, right? YouTube and Custard have that in common. As for Domas, we'll keep an eye on him, see if getting everything he wants all of the damn time makes a difference to his mood at all. Ah, here's Melbil. That means the traders' wagons can't be far behind, not that we're in dire need of anything anymore. Oh, and what a coincidence this is. She's only gone and gotten married to a Domas of her own. Must be the year for it. Hers is Bill's crosses, which I believe is a canyon humour slang term for being uncomfortably well endowed. Maybe that's why she squints now. Regardless, get yourself into the dining hall, Melbil. You can follow Yoris around all you like, but you know he won't talk to you unless he's drunk. It's his nerves, you see. Oh, damn. Merit deserves a reward, and she comes empowered to establish this colony as an official land of the realm. Things must be going badly indeed if Canyon Humour are looking for barons amid our bottom battle bumpkins. This is vexing, to say the least. See, I'm going to say no to this, but upon doing so, yes, Melbil buggers off. This means that without agreeing to become a barony, we're on the outside. No more trade requests, which is fine whilst we're not in the need of anything specific, but the second we are, we're getting royals foisted on us. Yes, you'd better run, bloody dwarf. Time to trade for what we can. Mostly what we need is a good stockpile of wood. I'd quite like to get Domas and possibly one other dwarf fully outfitted, and that's going to take some charcoal.
I just don't get it.
That's because I haven't got to the snodding punchline yet.
Blimey, still trying to tell that duck joke?
It's not there is a duck. Look, there's these 3 birds, right?
Right.
A duck, a goose, and an owl. All standing in a field next to a...
Why would 2 waterfowl be in a field?
That's what I said.
'Cause of the owl. Just listen, would you?
Okay.
Duck, a goose, and an owl in a field. At their feet is the body of a recently dearly departed chicken.
Right.
Right, so the duck looks at the goose.
What time is it?
Eh? What? I don't know. Lunchtime. What does it matter?
Well, then the owl would be asleep, no?
That's true.
Fine. It's night time, and to alt your next question, the duck and the goose are in their pyjamas, but have been thwarted from going to bed by the death of their friend the chicken. Alright?
Wait, if it's night time, how can they see the chicken?
There's a street light!
In a field?
Oh, bugger off, you!
We've got wild reindeer interrupting tasks in the fort, so I've sent Domas to deal with it. This is his first real test, and he's unarmoured, so I don't know how it'll go. Come on, Domas! Well, it went well. All except for the fact he's removed his spear and shield. I really must fiddle with the training doohickey to keep him armed and armoured constantly. But still it went awfully well. Even if the battle log makes for incredibly uncomfortable reading. Oh, and another reindeer. This is preferable to catching and taming the damn things at least. Oof. You know, it's pixels and they're not particularly detailed, but they still somehow convey a visceral finality. And Domas did so well, I think he deserves a second in command. Lorbam here wants to fight and wants martial training, so we'll give him a spear and a shield and get him under Domas's questionable wing. We'll just let him finish up some chores first, though. We've been making mugs, and I want them encrusted with gems, so I've set the encrust finished goods with gems job up, and is he grabbing a shoe? Did he just encrust a single cave blob leather shoe with cut gems? Yes, he did. So, here he is at an individual combat drill, carrying an axe because he's got the brain of a raspberry, and going back to cut gems. Good luck with this one, Domas. Encrusting a hood now, good me. Moving swiftly on, and we've got Shem in a strange and apparently thirsty mood. Oh, good me, I hope we're not about to see Mirrorgleam's first crotchless loincloth. He's an expert clothier, you see, and he's claimed a clothier's workshop, and oh no, he's grabbing an awful lot of wood for what should ostensibly be clothing. These better be clogs, Mr. Oak Fountain. I'm clinging desperately to the hope that not lustful holds true. Satisfied? Well, I certainly hope so. I also hope whatever you've decided to make isn't so complicated that you dehydrate before you complete it. We'd better give him a minute. Okay, and he's created Babnas Regoth the Scoured Crafts, a sleek pigtail coat. Certainly a strange one. Seems fairly innocuous, though. Scoured in this case meaning cleaned, not searched for. Almost like a chaste artifact, if anything. The parrot men denote the want for conversation, and the spikes prevent its devolution into hanky-panky. Shem's gifted it to the fortress, and it seems robust and, more importantly, warm, so I think we'll keep it safe by getting Yoris to wear it. Our expedition leader is like Shem in being not lustful, and so will be overjoyed to own an article of clothing that will halt the advances of the many, many women in the fortress. It'll keep the sheep off, too. Oh, damn, I've just frozen the passage of time because Adil, one of our milkmen, has begun to throw a tantrum whilst under the influence. That's alcohol this time, not me. Really regretting my decision to put a temple in the centre of the tavern. Let's unhitch the boat of reality from the dock of infinity and paddle it out to get caught back up in the flow of time. And here it goes. This would be the calm before the storm. And all done. Well, that was nearly exciting. We must remember, of course, time in Dwarf Fortress passes much more quickly than it does for us. Technically, what we just witnessed was Adil being so rip-roaringly drunk that he dropped to the floor and had a tantrum in the young child sense. How very embarrassing. Though, actually, I think we may have missed the fireworks, because it does say here that he's thrilled after throwing something. Please me, let it not have been his own feces. That was the kitchen. Bloody ridiculous. I can't believe it. Snodford? What? Oh, hello, Flem. Is anything the matter? It's just Graham. I finally got the joke out through the barrage of stupid questions, and he just goes,
I don't get it.
Ah, well, he's a very literal sentient stack of stone. Yeah, I know. Here, you wouldn't do me the favour of letting me say it in a video? No, I don't know. Come on, Flem, I'm so hungry. Ah, fine.
Oh, yes, a captive audience.
Right. A duck, a goose and an owl standing over the recently unalive body of a chicken. The duck looks across to the goose, sees his big flat feet and big flat beak. Looks down at himself, sees his big flat beak and big flat feet. Looks across to the owl, sees the razor sharp claws and talons on his feet, the cruel curved blade of his beak, the cold black death in his eyes, and, after swallowing his fear, he says, I think I know who did this. And the owl says, Oh, no, for me sake.
Oh, yeah.
Are you done?
Oh, that was yummy.
Nothing like fresh size and eye rolls. Get out. Melbil's back. Yes, it's been a whole year already. I've been working on something behind the scenes that I'd like to keep secret for now, but is taking an awful lot of time and focus to complete, so yes, time flies. And here she is again, offering advancement for any dwarf that would like to take it. Look, Melbil, I'm busy enough as it is without catering to the whims of Yoris just because somebody's given him a title. Yes, go on and get. And we'll go on and get what we can. Still not worried just yet. We are acceptably self-sufficient. For now. I've even got everybody no more miserable than Domas. And here we have a new Ida. Again, that's just dog in Dwarvish. Thin and muscular, this one seems a little better suited to hunting the reindeer that keep bothering the fort. We bought him from the traders, and they seemed a little happier to see him go than would seem prudent for something as ordinary as a simple dog. Perhaps they were just allergic. Their loss anyway. Hopefully next year they'll bring a female and we can get some puppies on the go. Give Domas some help in the militia, though once you've gone polar bear you do usually not go back. Now prepare yourselves for something totally amazing. Ta-da! It's the plan for what will be Mirrorgleam's crafting and stockpile hub. The sharp-eyed amongst you will note that my earlier sentence was something of a pun on the shape of this space. For in a whimsical mood I decided we'd forego a more sensible square shape for something a little more nautical. Don't worry though, there's enough room for all the basic necessities, including all the workshops, allowing us to separate stock by type while still fitting a twin of stuff in here. A twin. Worst comes to the worst and we need more space, I can always dig into the level above and we'll pack a derm load of things up there. Above that? Well, we'll leave that to discover later. Finally got through that. Bloody awful. Now I got an announcement that we had another dwarf go into a strange mood. You have none for ages and then 3 dwarves go all at once. Only issue is that Adil here hasn't rushed off to a workshop, and that, plus our lack of glass furnace and Adil's competent skill as a glassmaker, has me convinced we're looking at a glass artifact in our future. He's an adept shearer, but apparently an artifact fleece was out of the question. I wouldn't require it allow anybody to rule a kingdom or anything, I just don't want to spend the next hour finagling the complex glassworking process for some useless bloody trinket. Oh, for the love of me! Right, so I made the requisite glass furnaces, yes, furnaces plural, and by some luck he's decided he's going to make his artifact out of green glass, the least awkward of the options he could have chosen. Excuse my lack of gratefulness, I've got to now arrange the production of bags that don't immediately get filled with seeds and gathering of sand at the second furnace. Twice. And Adil has created Stigil Atast Isak Thagat, Jawbrave the Spattered Book. It's a perfect green glass gem, and the less asked about the book it alludes to, the better, I say. It's worth 2,000 Fathcal. Naff all, as Snod would say, and Adil's taken ownership of it, so I think we can just move on. Straight into our goodbyes. I wanted to start by thanking Cornerstone, Tom Bones, Iron Guide, and Matt for their continued support over on Patreon. I can't begin to tell you how grateful to you all I am. You are the most wonderful individuals a deity could wish for as patrons. If the rest of you wanted to join them in their support of the creation of weird entertainment, the link to the Patreon is down below. But liking the video, subscribing to the channel, commenting on the episode, or simply watching to this point here are all equally appreciated. Time is precious, even to a deity. With that said, thank you all for watching. I do dearly hope you enjoyed yourselves and be well. Until next time. Anu Zeshon, you most wonderful of individuals. Anu
Zeshon.
Snodford? What's wrong with him?
His tummy hurts.
Nah, he's bigger than your belly.
No, it's their sense of humour. It's not sitting right. Your subscribers are weird.
Well, thank me for that.